Good afternoon, my dear students. How are you all? I hope everyone is fine. Yes? Okay, that means you must also be ready to take the class of science today. Are you excited? Okay, it's the class of grade 4 science and the topic that we are going to learn is animals around us. I have mentioned it here. The topic is animals around us and mostly we are focusing on vertebrates and invertebrates. But the topic I'll be explaining it after some time, okay? Yes, in our surrounding we see different types of animals. We even see different types of birds, insects around us, isn't it? Yes, we have seen various types of animals. Some of them they are bigger in size, some of them they are very smaller in size as well. Some of them they live in water, some of them they live on land. In the similar way, some of them they live at our home and some of them they live in jungle as well. We may also have different types of pet animals at our home also. Yes? We may love the animals. In the similar way, we may be fond of looking at the butterfly flying also. Wow, the scene of butterfly flying, doesn't it look good? Yes, it does. So, talking about the animals around us, we have also seen the animals, the insects like snails, slugs, earthworm. Have we seen or not? And some of us, we may be afraid of those also. Yes? Yes, I even feel afraid of cockroaches also. Do you also? Do you also feel afraid? Okay. When we see the animals like dogs, cows, etc. and whenever we compare with the animals like earthworms, leech, what is the difference? Do you get any difference? Cows, dogs, they can walk easily. But have you seen earthworm standing erect? No, earthworm it doesn't stand erect. What is the reason? I am standing here. I am talking something to you. I am able to stand erect. But why not ants, butterflies, earthworms? Why don't they stand erect? Do you know the reason? Try to think what might be the reason. Okay, well, most of you may have already found out the reason. Because the reason is we have backbone. See here, backbone, the first word. Yes, what is backbone? Can you tell me? Backbone. The word back is there, backside. And bone, what does the bone mean? You know what is bone, the hard substance, right? And backbone, backside and bone. Let me tell you, the bone, backside of our body from the level of our neck to the level of our waist. It is backbone, okay? The bone that lies backside of our body from the level of our neck to the level of our waist. It is backbone. So, the only reason why earthworm, leech, slug they cannot stand erect is because they lack backbone or they lack bones in their bodies. But we have bones in our bodies. We do also have backbones. Now, let me touch the topic, okay? See here, vertebrates and invertebrates is there. Here also I have written vertebrates and invertebrates. This is the division of the animals on the basis of presence or absence of bone. Some of the animals they have bones and some of them they don't have bones. On the basis of presence or absence of bones, the animals are divided into two groups. What are they? Vertebrates and invertebrates. Then, what are vertebrates? The animals that have backbone are called vertebrates. Vertebrates are those animals that have bones in their bodies, but invertebrates are those animals that do not have backbone or that do not have bones in their bodies. Are you getting me? Let me repeat it again. Vertebrates is that division of animals that have backbone, and invertebrates is that division of the animals that do not have backbone. Okay? Then, at first, let me explain you something more about vertebrates. Okay? Vertebrates, they have backbone, first point, and then they are divided into 5 classes. Into how many classes are vertebrates divided into? Vertebrates are divided into 5 classes. And the classes includes fishes. They are included in Pisces, amphibia, reptilia, apes and mammals. Okay? But these classes will be discussed in grade 5 in more clear way. Okay? In the similar way, vertebrates, they are bigger in size. They are bigger in size. Dogs, cows, cats, can't they be easily seen? Whenever we keep on walking also, we can see them easily from far distance also, yes? So, vertebrates, they are bigger in size and they can also be seen easily. Also, vertebrates, they are found among the total percentage of animals. Only 2 to 3% of the animals are vertebrates. Okay? Only 2 to 3% of the total animals on the earth are vertebrates. Is it okay? In the similar way, they also move fast. Vertebrates, they move fast. And vertebrates, some of them, they breathe with the help of lungs, and some of them, they breathe with the help of gills. Can you tell the example? Lungs. The animals that breathe with lungs. Can you guess? We human, do we breathe with gills? No, we breathe with lungs. In the similar way, fishes, they breathe with the help of gills. Okay? So, some of the animals of vertebrates, they breathe with the help of lungs, and some of them, they breathe with the help of gills also. Fishes are also vertebrates, they breathe with the help of gills. Fishes, tadpoles, they breathe with the help of gills. Whereas we humans, cows, buffaloes, elephants or other like reptiles, they breathe with the help of lungs. Reptiles, mammals, apes, they have lungs for breathing. Okay? Then next is they have well developed body. Vertebrates, they have well developed body. What sort of body is called well developed body? Do you know? Okay, let me tell you. The body in which the parts are easily distinguished, that is, we can easily differentiate the different parts, they are called, such type of body is called well developed body. Like in my face, can you easily find out which organs are eyes, which are ears, which are nose, which is mouth? Can you distinguish or not? Yes, we can, right? But if we take the example of earthworm, can you distinguish its eyes, ears, nose? Can you do it? No. Yes, so that the bodies of vertebrates are well developed. The body of vertebrate is well developed. They have well developed body. Okay? And as I have already told you, vertebrates, they may live on land as well as in water. Some fishes, they are found in water. We human beings, we are on land. And also some of the vertebrates are there, like frog. It is also a vertebrate, right? It lives both on land as well as in water. So what we can say is vertebrates, they are found both on water and in both in water as well as on land. Understood? And let's talk about the reproduction in vertebrates. Some of the vertebrates, they reproduce by laying eggs, and some of them, they directly give birth to their young ones. Okay? The classes like Pisces, apes, amphibia, reptiles, they are oviparous. Okay? That is, they give birth by laying eggs. And mammals is that class in which the animals directly give birth to their young ones. Are you getting me? Okay, for easiness, you can just think that in egg laying vertebrates, you can think of the birds, reptiles. That will be easier for you. Okay? Birds, reptiles, they give birth or they produce babies by laying eggs. And in the case of vertebrates that directly give birth to the young ones, you can think of mammals. Is it okay? Bats, human beings, cows, dogs, they directly give birth to their young ones. That is, they do not lay eggs. Okay? Okay. Now, what we have told is vertebrates, they have bones on their bodies. We have told it, right? Then, the structure of our body that is made up of bones is called skeleton. Okay? Human body, when we see our body from outside, it is covered with skin, but the internal structure of our body, that is made up of bones. When we talk about combination of bones only, then that structure, that internal structure of our body made up of bones only is called skeleton. What is the use of skeleton then? Can you tell me? At the first only what I talked, we are able to stand erect because we have bones. Did I say or not? Yes. So skeleton, it gives shape to our body. Skeleton, it gives shape to our body. In the similar way, it also helps us to stand erect. And the shape and size of our body also depends on the size of our bones also. Okay? Also, skeleton, it also protects the vital organs of our body. Here, can you see vital? What do you mean by the word vital? Very sensitive organs, okay? The sensitive. So, vital organs includes brain, heart. These are the vital organs of our body. Skeleton, it protects the vital organs of our body also. And now, let's move on to the next class, that is invertebrates. The next division of the animals, that is invertebrates. I have talked earlier, invertebrates are the animals that lack bones. Yes or no? Vertebrates, they have bones in their bodies, but invertebrates, they lack bones in their bodies. So, they cannot stand erect. Okay, now moving on to the class invertebrates. They do not have backbone and they are divided into 9 phylums. We had talked vertebrates are divided into 5 classes, but invertebrates they are divided into 9 phylums, that is 9 divisions. More subdivisions of invertebrates is there. Okay, and their body is less developed. I have also talked to you earlier. We cannot distinguish the certain parts in the bodies of invertebrates. Did I say or not? Yes. If you have noticed, I have already talked about it, right? So, since the different parts cannot be distinguished in the bodies of invertebrates, their body is said to be less developed. But the body of vertebrates, they are well developed. Are you getting me? These differences also can be noted down in your notebook, okay? And they are smaller in size. Do you know how small they are? They may also be microscopic. See here, microscopic. Can you see the word microscopic? What do you mean by that? The organisms that cannot be seen with our naked eyes but needs to be observed with the help of microscope. Those organisms are called microscopic. So, invertebrates, they range from microscopic as well. They may be microscopic and they have an average size. Okay, like here I have written Paramecium, Euglena, Amoeba. These all are unicellular invertebrates. Now, again the new term is there, unicellular. Can you tell me the meaning of unicellular? Is this new word for you? Maybe, yes? Okay, uni. What does uni means? Uni means one, single, okay, and cellular, cell, made up of cells. Again the next term came here, cell. What is cell? Can you tell me what is cell? Cells are the smallest unit of living organisms, of living beings, okay. Cells are the smallest unit of our life. What does that mean? Have you learnt time in your mathematics or not? What is the smallest unit of time? Till now you have been learning that second is the smallest unit of time, yes? And second, then after minutes, hours, and then it goes on, yes? In the similar way, cell is also the smallest unit of our life, and group of cells they form tissues, group of tissues they form organs, and so on. Group of organs they form systems, and systems it forms a whole human body. Is it okay? So, cell is the smallest unit of our life. Okay, I was talking about the term unicellular. Unicellular means made up of single cell. Okay, made up of single cell. Then multicellular. Now I guess you can easily guess the meaning. Did you guess? Yes, if unicellular means made up of single cell, then multicellular means made up of many cells. Multi means many. So, multicellular means made up of many cells. Okay? Okay, I told Paramecium, Euglena, Amoeba, they are microscopic in nature and they are also unicellular invertebrates, I told you. Yes? And it would be easier for you if you note down these words, okay? In unicellular invertebrates, write Paramecium, Euglena, Amoeba. These are the unicellular invertebrates. That means Paramecium, Euglena, Amova, they are made up of single cell. And the other invertebrates like butterfly, earthworm, grasshopper, those are multicellular invertebrates. Is it clear? And they are smaller in size. That is, I told you they may be microscopic as well. So, invertebrates, since they are smaller in size, they cannot be seen easily. Invertebrates, they cannot be seen easily. And invertebrates, they may be aquatic or terrestrial as well. That is, they may live in water as well as on land also. Land invertebrates, you can easily guess, but aquatic, can you guess or not? Hydra, starfish, octopus, have you thought of them? Okay, they are aquatic invertebrates. Are you getting me? Okay, then as I have also told, vertebrates, they, out of the total animals on the earth, about 2 to 3% of the animals are only vertebrates. Then what is the remaining percentage? Those are invertebrates. Have you calculated? If 2 to 3% are vertebrates, then 97 to 98, almost 97 to 98% of the total animals are invertebrates. Okay? Now, talking about the bodies of vertebrates and invertebrates. Okay? The bodies of vertebrates, they are quite hard when touched, and some of their body may be covered with hair also, fur also. Okay? Then moving on to the body of invertebrates, they have soft body. Have you felt the body of earthworm? Is it soft? Yes, the body of most of the invertebrates is soft when touched, when felt. Okay? But the invertebrates like beetle, crab, they have hard body. Is it okay? Most of the invertebrates, they have soft body, whereas the body of beetle, crab, it is hard when touched. Understood? Okay, hope you are getting me well. Now, let's move to the revision once again. Vertebrates. We discussed vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates are the animals with backbones divided into 5 classes. Invertebrates are the animals without backbone and they are divided into 9 phylums. Vertebrates, they have well developed body. Invertebrates, their body is less developed, and vertebrates, they are bigger in size, so can be seen easily, but invertebrates, they may even be microscopic, so they are very smaller in size. Some of them, they may not be viewed with our naked eyes. If they are microscopic, then they cannot be viewed with our naked eyes. And here we talked about backbone. Yes, backbone, the bone that is backside of our body in the level of our neck to the level of our waist, that is backbone. Multicellular, made up of many cells. Unicellular, made up of single cell. And I also told you Paramecium, Euglena, Amova as the examples. And vital means very sensitive. Skeleton, the internal structure of human body, that is made up of bones. And microscopic, that can only be viewed with microscope. Okay, after this short review, now let me ask you a question. Okay, can you compare the body of earthworm and snake? Earthworm, snake, does it seem similar or not? But earthworm, it is kept in the division invertebrates, and snake, it is kept in the division vertebrates. Why? Let me tell you, although the body of both of these animals seem flexible, that is, although it can be bent anywhere, but snakes, they have bones in their bodies, okay, but earthworm, they do not have any bones in their bodies. So that is the difference why they are kept in different classes. Snakes, although their body seems flexible, they are kept in class vertebrates, but earthworm, since they don't have any bones in their bodies, they are kept in invertebrates. Okay, how was the today's class? Did you get me everything? Did you get everything what I explained? If not, we will obviously go for short revision in next class also. Okay, so hoping for your presence in next class, we are going to end today's class. Thank you.